Welcome to Cam Look, your biweekly dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. Every Tuesday and Thursday, a staff member or volunteer will talk about a work from our collection and pose questions for discussion. Check back at 10 a.m. on those days for new works and new conversations. Hi, I'm Jessica, the Art Bridges Fellow at the Cincinnati Art Museum, and today I'm going to be talking about a very unique work from our collection. Happy Nowruz! For those who don't know, today is Nowruz, which is the Iranian or Persian New Year. The name Nowruz translates to new day, and it falls on the first day of the spring equinox, which typically will be on or around March 21st, as we see today. The roots of Nowruz go way back, as it has been celebrated in the Persian diaspora for over 3,000 years. It is celebrated in many countries, such as Iran, Iraq, India, Afghanistan, and much of Central Asia. While specific celebratory traditions vary from region to region, there are many which are relatively common among all. Some traditions of Nowruz include deep cleaning the house, feasting, visiting friends and family, and giving gifts. Do you or anyone you know celebrate Nowruz? If so, what's your favorite Nowruz tradition? If not, do any of these traditions remind you of a holiday you do celebrate? The artwork we are looking at today is titled Bowl with Portrait Medallion, and it is from around the late 3rd to early 4th century, which was during the early Sassanian Empire. The Sassanian Empire was the last pre-Islamic Persian empire. It began in 224 CE when Ardashir I overthrew the Parthian Empire. It was during the rule of the Sassanian Empire, which lasted until 651 CE, that Iranian art experienced a great renaissance. Architecture saw great advancements, monumental rock reliefs were carved into limestone cliffs, and metalwork became highly sophisticated, as we can see in examples of silver vessels and intricately carved seals. One of the interesting things about this bowl is that although silver vessels were common at this time, they more often depicted royal hunting scenes, dancing female figures alongside natural imagery such as plants and animals, and ceremonial scenes or illustrations of court life. This is one of only 7 known Sassanian vessels with a portrait bust medallion, and it is likely that the figure depicted is a nobleman, as a king would have been pictured wearing a crown. This bowl, and the other 6 portrait medallion vessels like it, were all created between the mid-3rd to the mid-4th century, and a group of them, including our bowl, were reported to have been found together, nested into each other, much like how we stack bowls in our kitchen cupboards today. The vessels found together were ours, one at the Freer Gallery, a single medallion bowl at the Met, and a bowl at the Iran Bastin Museum. Do you think the portrait is of the same individual in all of them, or do you think they are meant to depict different people? While this specific subject matter clearly wasn't the most common in the early Sassanian culture, the idea of a portrait medallion does span across a lot of other cultures where it was seen more frequently. In Rome, for example, portrait medallions would typically be set into the base of a bowl or a dish such as this, and used for special occasions or gifted for events and weddings. Later, upon the death of the individual whom the portrait was of, the medallion would be broken out of the dishes to be used as a grave marker for the deceased. Because of the lack of known Sassanian works like this portrait medallion bowl, and a subsequent lack of information and context surrounding it, we don't know the exact purpose of this bowl, who it was created for, or who exactly it depicts, but examples of similar items like this from other cultures and other times can begin to give us a picture of how it could have been used, or what it could have been created for. The discussion questions today are, if you had some bowls like this, what would you use them for? Would you use them every day until they wore out or broke, or would you save them for a special occasion or holiday like Nowruz? Who do you think the person depicted here is? Thank you for joining me for today's Cam Look. Don't forget to check back every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. for new works and new conversations.